For the freedom to go anywhere you want without fear, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to choose what you read and write and what you hear, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to select the church you want to attend, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to defend yourself at trial, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to pursue your hope and dreams, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to vote for leaders who represent your voice, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to speak freely and protest the government, thank a veteran.
For the freedom to hear all sides of the news and world events, thank a veteran.
They fight courageously for our life and liberty. They give their lives so ours will endure with freedom. Thank a veteran.
On Veterans Day and every day, thank a veteran.
I faced a lot of challenges in the military, and I think one of the things I learned was that in my personal life, God was always faithful. You know, there were a lot of challenges that I really didn't feel adequate to overcome, but God was always faithful, and I always got to do the things that I needed to do, and with His help. When you're in the military, you live pretty much a life at the whim of whatever the government policies happen to be. So you give up a lot of personal freedom and autonomy. You have to go where you're told to go and do what you're told to do. And your family is affected by that as well. So military families are pretty special.
Well, so I went to Africa. I was deployed in Africa in support of Enduring Freedom. And one of the things that we did there was we actually worked pirate operations. So they would kind of battle. We were there to support those that were battling the pirates that were over there. I was deployed to the Horn of Africa, which is just kind of in the northeast corner of Africa. But one of the things that it has made me super appreciative of the way that we live in America, because while we would go out into the area, you would just see that there was no running water, that there was barely any food. These people lived in shacks, and they didn't have shoes on their feet, and it just made me so grateful for the way that we live here in our country.
Okay, I joined the United States Army in 2005, and I was about 21 years old. And during my time, I did 2 combat rotations, one to Iraq for 15 months and one to Afghanistan for 12 months. During those times, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I love this country a lot. I'm grateful to be an American, and I learned what it was like to come home and kiss grass, because I sure missed grass in the desert. And so yeah, I love serving my country. I love this country very much, and I would do it again if they called me up. And so yeah, I would recommend anybody, if they feel like they want to serve, to go ahead and serve their country, because there's nothing greater, in my opinion, than serving your country and honoring America with your service.
Hey everybody, it's Kevin Pritz. I'm one of the physics instructors here in 11th grade. I served in the Air Force for 23 years. I just retired last year. My favorite story in my entire time in the Air Force was an event that happened in April of 2008. I was flying over Afghanistan, and it happened to be on the morning of Easter in 2008, and I was flying a very early morning sortie in an F-15E aircraft supporting U.S. ground forces in Afghanistan. And I got to witness, I'd been airborne for about 3 hours. I'd been to the tanker a couple times to refuel in the dark. And as I'm coming back from the tanker to a portion where we're supporting ground troops, I got to see the sun rise over a beautiful Afghanistan in April of 2008. And it was an incredible reminder that Easter morning is still Easter morning. Christ still rose from the dead. Christ still conquered sin and death. And no matter where you are, whether you're in Afghanistan, whether you're here in the United States, He is still sovereign and He is still in control. And that's my favorite memory.
So my biggest takeaway from military service, you know, a lot of people will tell you don't sweat the little things. It's, you know, look at the big things, and that's totally wrong. Always look at the details. It's always the details that'll get you.